From betrayal to breakthrough. Betrayal doesn't come announced. It doesn't warn you before it hits. For her, it started as whispers in the background, tiny cracks she ignored at first. The people she trusted most, the relationships she had believed in, suddenly revealed fractures she never anticipated. At first, she tried to rationalize, to forgive, to convince herself that perhaps it was a misunderstanding. But deep down, her heart knew the truth. The first sting of betrayal is always shock. She felt the ground shift beneath her. The people she leaned on, who promised support, loyalty, and understanding, had turned away, or worse, had acted against her in ways she never imagined. And in that moment, a feeling heavier than disappointment settled in her chest: grief. Grief for the trust she had given, grief for the illusions she had held onto, grief for a life she had thought was secure. For days, she couldn't eat. For nights, sleep eluded her. Every corner of her life seemed poisoned by doubt. How could she have been so blind? How could she have trusted so fully, so openly? And the worst question of all haunted her: did she even know herself if she had been this wrong about the people closest to her? Betrayal teaches you lessons no book ever could. It strips away pretense, exposes the weaknesses of the world around you, and most importantly, it exposes your own vulnerability. At first, she blamed herself. Maybe she had given too much. Maybe she had misread the signs. Maybe she had been too naive. That inner voice whispered accusations that felt almost louder than the outer ones. But grief and self-doubt can't last forever because survival requires movement. She began to understand that the only way forward was to confront the pain, to sit with it, and to make choices that would rebuild her life from the ground up. Courage, she realized, doesn't come naturally. It is forged in fire, the fire of betrayal, loss, and the shattering of expectation. The breakthrough didn't come as a lightning strike. It began with small acts, reclaiming mornings for herself, saying no without guilt, seeking clarity in solitude, and refusing to explain her every feeling to people who had proven untrustworthy. She began to redefine the boundaries of who she allowed into her life. Every choice was a brick in the foundation of a stronger, wiser self. Some relationships ended. Some doors closed. And yes, betrayal is painful because it leaves wounds, but she discovered that wounds also teach resilience. Pain became her teacher. Disappointment became her compass. And slowly, through reflection and deliberate action, she began to see her life in a new light. She began to invest in herself, not just in ways that felt safe, but in ways that scared her. She tried new paths, pursued opportunities she had avoided for fear of judgment, and learned to trust her instincts again. Each success, no matter how small, chipped away at the heaviness of past betrayals. And in that process, she realized something incredible. Betrayal does not define the rest of your life. It shapes you, yes, but it does not decide your destiny. Her breakthrough came when she finally stopped asking, "Why me?" and started saying, "Watch me." Words she once feared became a declaration of power. She learned that boundaries are not walls, they are bridges to healthier connections and self-respect. She learned that anger is not weakness, it is fuel for transformation. She learned that forgiveness is not for them, it is for her, to release the weight and step freely into her own life. And then, one day, she felt a sense of freedom she had never known. The betrayal no longer defined her mornings or haunted her nights. She could smile without guilt. She could trust without fear. She could dream without looking over her shoulder. That is the essence of breakthrough, not the absence of pain, but the conscious choice to rise despite it. This is a story for anyone who has ever been deceived by someone they loved, who has felt the sting of broken promises, who has experienced the crushing weight of trust violated. It is a story to remind you, betrayal can break your heart, but it cannot break your spirit if you refuse to let it. She moved forward with strength, clarity, and a heart that had learned to discern authenticity from illusion. She became a beacon for others who were struggling silently, showing that the moment of betrayal can become the moment of rebirth. Pain may feel eternal, but breakthrough is closer than you think. It begins the moment you choose courage over despair. Her journey reminds us all, setbacks do not define us. The people who fail us do not determine our worth. And the moment we reclaim our lives with courage, honesty, and deliberate action, we unlock the power to create something stronger, wiser, and more beautiful than we ever imagined. Betrayal was the fire. Her breakthrough was the phoenix. And she rose.